Okay, today I'm going to show you guys how I make my favorite breakfast burritos. It's really easy. You get eggs, some potatoes, and some cheese and a tortilla. Super easy, but Brandi and Hayden absolutely love it. Hope we'll eat one every now and then, but they're not really into the burrito type things yet. But I'm going to show you guys that, and then me and Brandi are going to have a little chit chat, talk to you guys about the three or four options that we've looked at already on the houses that we can put over on the off-grid property. We'll discuss a little bit of that after the cook. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video on Dutch Eats. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get your pan heated up. I already got that, and you're gonna cook about 6 or 7 strips of bacon. If you like bacon, you can do sausage in this recipe also, but we like bacon the best. Kind of heat up on that. And you're not going to cook this bacon all the way to like a crisp, because you're going to add your potatoes in with this. And the grease from the bacon will cook the potatoes. Okay, I love using these hash browns. They're with onions and peppers already made, and they're pre-sliced hash browns. The southern style, it makes the burrito awesome. Dump them in there a little bit and see what I think. Maybe a cup or so. Then just mix them up in there and let them cook. The bacon will continue to cook with the potatoes. While this is cooking, I'm going to get my eggs. A little salt and pepper. This looks pretty much good for me to add the eggs. You kind of just got to use your own judgment on that. I use 4 eggs today. I might add a little bit more salt. You can warm your tortillas up in the microwave, or you can put them right there on the stove. Plate one of these up for you. Look at that. Perfect. There we go. That's one burrito. Okay, so that's how you make the perfect breakfast burrito. Family will love it. All right, so Brandi and the girls, we're getting ready for church. They already ate their burritos. I'm gonna try mine. Pretty dang good. Brandi, you like yours?
Yes. I'll buy it.
You do want one, don't you? Is it good? Mm-hmm. All right, we'll be back in a little bit and we'll talk to you about what we got going on over on Keeping It Dutch. Yeah, hold on.
How do you even have your eyes open?
Brandi, I'm outside. What are you talking about? She says too bright to
Like,
take her
there's
glasses
no
off.
way. I can't even see.
I said, take your sunglasses off. She's like, I can't even see.
I can't even see with my sunglasses on.
So, how was breakfast this morning?
Good.
How was your burrito?
Good.
How was your coffee?
Not as good.
Wait, what do you mean not as good?
I just like little K-cups.
That was a K-cup.
Nah, it has stuff in the bottom of the coffee.
No, okay, here's the deal.
The grind.
So, she thought it was a K-cup. So,
I did think it was?
You did.
No, I didn't.
Before you finished your coffee, you thought it was a K-cup. Here's the deal.
No.
So, I try to make coffee out of the coffee ground, like out of just normal grinds for Brandi. Grounds, in case she has no K-cup. So, trying to master it. Well,
He hasn't mastered it.
Yesterday, I made you some.
It was bad.
And it was okay, she said.
No.
But then when she got to the bottom of it, you said, this is gross, making my stomach hurt.
No, there was like a black sludge at the bottom.
What are those called? Cake?
Like a Keurig.
A Keurig.
It's not
It
that
comes
brand,
with a
but-
little filter that you can use regular grounds. And she didn't have any of the cups yesterday. Well, I put 3 scoops. Well, today, I went and bought her some K-cups. And she thought I had used them. Because I only put 2 scoops of the other thing in there. I showed you guys on the video.
I didn't think it was.
Yes, she did. Because I asked her how her coffee was. She said, it's better. So she thought it was K-cups.
Nope.
And she knew it wasn't K-cup because you found grounds in the bottom of it. So if I would have filmed this before she drank her coffee, you would have said it was good. I know. It's a mental thing with her. It's got to be. Brandi, you know it was good. It was good. All right, anyway, so we're on our front porch now. We just got back from church. We're going to finish up this video. What today I want to talk to you guys about was the 3 options that we've looked at so far, which was what, Brandi? What have we looked at so far? The
Camper.
The camper, the sheds. I guess it'd be a carport, 30 by 30 in the big barn looking one. And we've looked at the containers.
Yeah.
So those are 3 options. We're still going to look at 2 more options, but I want to do a rundown to you guys.
You said 1 more.
Well, 2 more. There's 2 more.
Oh.
I want to give you guys a rundown now about what we've looked at and our goals, because a lot of you guys think we're getting to move out there like next week, and that's not it. And I'll make a separate video why we're even selling. I've talked about this on the other channel, Keeping It Dutch, why we're even selling our house. We won't go into that today. But in some of y'all have been saying, don't build out there until you got water. Well, that's the whole, we're not going to. We're not going to move something out there right now. But I am going to start the shelter. I'm going to start that shelter because like I said in a previous video, what's the worst case scenario? We have a shelter out there with no water. You know, we're not going to put tons of money into this. But as soon as we do get water, that's when we'll start the actual building process or bring something in, a travel trailer or a container or one of those other things. The 3 choices. I'll let Brandi tell her what her, out of the 3 so far, which one's her favorite, and then I'll tell you guys what my favorite is and what I think. So which one out of the 3 that you've looked at that you like?
I don't know. I'm confused kind of now. Because I think we obviously, these videos have just been over the last couple weeks, so we haven't had time outside of looking to actually pen and paper and numbers. That's a whole different thing.
Without looking at the numbers, like in your mind, out of those 3, which would you like to live in if we had to tomorrow? I think I already know.
I know, and out of like without looking at the numbers, I just think, which I mean, there's gonna be people who say agree and disagree. I think the camper, he doesn't think we could live in it that long. I just think it's ready to go. There's not the work immediately. We could spend time working on all the other. You said
not to cut you off. If all 3 of them were ready to go right now
today.
Well, that's
different. That's completely different.
Which one?
That's completely different because they're all like if they were just finished out.
We know the quickest way would be the travel trailer.
That's what I'm talking. So that doesn't.
If they were all finished out,
that
those
doesn't
3.
even make sense. It would be whichever one's the biggest and the.
Oh, so the bit you're
I
for
would
the bigger.
say yeah.
Okay, for short term, if we had got that now.
Yeah, if tomorrow they were like, here's you a finished out carport, here's you a finished storage unit.
So you would pick the bigger one, but to get out there, the quickest obviously would be. Okay, so if we had
not necessarily biggest, if they were all 3 completely finished, like you could move in tomorrow, then I would say the carport type one. Because the storage container, not the most aesthetically whatever.
Yeah.
The camper, smaller, but the others wouldn't be. There's no way. It's like the camper's the only one that you could go buy and it's ready.
Okay, so I would pick out of those 3.
They're not going to be finished.
No, not finished. I'm just saying out of those 3 right now, if we had to pick one, it's kind of different scenarios, like the quickest, blah, blah. We're not rushing it. People say quit. We're not rushing by any means. We're just trying to figure out what we want to do. I would go with the big barn right now.
But there is, not rushing it, but there is a difference of, like, we're homeschooling the kids, we're driving to church, we're working at the off-grid. So there isn't like a super rush, but to be in one spot instead of like 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, 30 minutes this way, like it does make sense to be in one spot sooner than later.
We most definitely want to get out there as quick as possible,
because
but we're not rushing into anything.
Right now, like the girls are finishing up homeschool. He could be outside doing something on the off-grid. Now it's like, well, they've got to wrap that up before we can drive there. So it would make sense to be on that spot working when you can, or if not, we're going to be split between going different directions.
Yeah. So out of the three, I would pick the big barn as of right now. And it's not even big; it's like 1,000 square feet. Yeah. And now, whatever we do choose to pick, it's going to be the camper, which is like really, really small, or like 1,000 square feet or smaller, probably 900 square feet or something like that. It's not going to be any bigger than that, because we really haven't talked about how big our bigger house will be, but it's going to be smaller on this one. This one's 3,000 square feet. I want to have like 1,700, 2,000 square feet within that range, and I think Brandi probably agrees with that. The house we have here, it's like the bigger house you get, the more stuff you get, right?
Yeah. Well,
okay, I'll be in there in a second.
Well, and also with like bathrooms and different stuff, I think honestly, like the pandemic stuff has kind of changed too, because people don't have as many people over as they would. Yeah. Like we literally have
really
our
anyways,
but we have like our immediate family. We don't need to have 3 bathrooms.
No, not at all.
Like
really, a bathroom and a half is really all I think we would need. Yeah, like
I thought we would need it, and I know the girls are young.
That's a want, not really a need.
Yeah, I know the girls are younger, and so if they're teenagers and doing their hair and this and that, but yeah, we've just realized like versus having payments and that, it would be better to just have smaller that's adequate but not excessive.
We probably need to follow this video up with why we're actually selling. Like I said, I went over it with the Keeping It Dutch channel, and some of you guys skip through. Obviously, I know that, so they don't catch everything.
Yeah.
Well, like yesterday's video of the containers, everyone was saying, "Go check out Life Uncontained." Have you ever heard of Life Uncontained? I talked about Life Uncontained in the video. I get it. You skip through it. It's just part of it. So yeah. So I know a lot of y'all don't even know why we're selling. A lot of y'all say, "That's such a nice, beautiful house. Why are you even selling it? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" And we need to make a separate video just on that, and they can go back to that video, and we can point them, "Hey, go check out this video," type of deal.
But yeah, saying to choose between the 3 options or the 5 options, I think we just have to write down, like, obviously the price of it, but also the time frame.
Yeah.
Like, could we finish all of them in 3 months or
one thing I hate doing with Brandi with anything is putting a time frame on it. It's even what time are we going to eat lunch, because Brandi expects it right then and now. So I hate putting time frames on anything. I learned that lesson. We've been married going on 15 years, and I've learned that over the years. Don't put time going on 15, right? We've been married 14 or 13. I mean, we're going on 15 regardless.
At some point.
So we've been married 13 years, 2007, so 13, yeah. We're on 14 years, whatever. But I'll go check the pizza. We gotta wrap this up. So I got the pizza out. But anyways, I don't like putting time frames on. Like we both on the same page though. We want to get out there as soon as possible, obviously, right? So there's a lot that goes into that. We have to have a place to live in, and then we got to sell this place. So the 3, that's what I want to make this video, this little chit chat about which one of the 3 so far that we liked. I like the bigger barn just because you could put a storage inside there and you could live in there.
Yeah.
And the 30 by 30, that would work. That would definitely work. The 30 by 30 little shell right next to the big barn.
Yeah.
The camper would work. The thing about the camper, and Brandi could correct me, I'm not paying $35,000. And there's used ones out there, but we looked at new ones.
Yeah.
That part was just too expensive. I don't think personally. I think it would be too big of a stress on our family to live in a place. Just us personally. I know people do it.
Like I think just the newness of it makes it like exciting and pretty. But even like Hayden's hamster, something silly, but she's like, where am I going to put my hamster? Like their little bedroom was literally 3 beds and that's it, and some drawers.
Realistically,
like,
where
are we going to do their homeschool? Like Oklahoma weather, we can't just like go sit outside and do homeschool all day. We would have to be inside there when it's winter.
And people make it happen.
It would be
Wild
hard.
One for Off Grid did it for 2 years.
Yeah, it would be hard.
But you have to really want that. I don't want
Or you have to be in the position where you have to do it. Like,
they've explained to. I won't go into detail.
I haven't listened to the back of like what, like if you're stuck where like you have to and that's your best option.
I think where they were living and working was like 2 hours away compared to where we're living and working is 20 minutes
like
away
it's
from
doable.
our property. Yes. So yeah, us as a family, I don't want that stress on our family if it's not necessary. So I personally think the camper is probably out. And everything else is up to grab. So we're going to make a couple more videos on 2 more options. We're going to try to go film one today if we get time. If not, it'll be later on in the week. And then
I was thinking, recap. So like the one that's like Hadley like, that was like the lofted barn and all that.
Oh,
if we had like a tractor tomorrow, the height of that you could pull it in.
Pull right in, yeah.
That one I honestly think is probably one of the better options because
you can reuse it after we're done.
Well, and here it's like, okay, we have a storage building, but that barely holds a lawnmower. Then you build a barn. That could probably have more purposes where you're not having to have 3 or 4 different structures at some point.
See, our pole barn here, we built that to wrap this video. We built that.
Even the height, could we get a tractor?
I don't know if we can get a tractor in there or not. I don't know. And I really don't like...
So we kind of need the height for that.
Yes, or we can come back. But that would work for a tractor, absolutely.
But that's what I'm saying.
If we went a different direction...
you would have to do something later.
Do something different later. So the barn is probably the most realistic one.
Because it has the most space for later.
I would love to bury shipping containers out there. You know that. I think that's just awesome. Bury them to live in for a main house.
Well, and I know there's good comments, bad comments, and then helpful ones and ones that are just more like criticizing. But I read some concerned about the dirt on top, and even the shows you're talking about. You have to do a lot of structural stuff. You can't just throw dirt on them.
That's not a quick thing.
You have to have like engineering, not just our...
I ain't burying one and have a collapse on us.
Or even just later on having to fix stuff. So it would be having engineers do stuff, not just us kind of YouTubing things and figuring out.
There's a reason why you don't see tons and tons of people burying these things and living in them, because of that right there. You see a lot of people living them above ground.
So that's why the above... But I could see having one where... It's like a storm shelter or something like that where, okay, you go in it for a couple hours.
You still have to have the structural thing.
But it's not as big as like, what if there's mold down there? Or what if there's this and that? You're going to be in it just for a safety for a short
amount
of time.
So what do you think? You think in the barn, as we're talking about it,
like if today they were like, you have to buy one, I guess as far as...
Like you said, the newness of the whole trailer.
The camper's like... cool where, hey, let's live in that for a little bit, but to homeschool them and eat and do everything, it would literally be in that one little bitty living room.
Yeah, we'd probably kill each other after about a week and a half.
Hayden would move out.
Yeah, I'm moving in Nana and Papa.
Hayden likes her space, and
I told Brandi, I said, if we got one of those and learned it, you guys would be at your mom and dad's in about a week. So I'd be out there by myself. So I think we can X the camper as far as living in it.
I just like it's done.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, but I think we just get sick of it. But all right, so that's going to be all for this video. I hope it gives you a little insight of what we're doing. If you guys like this kind of format I'm doing some cooking, then me and Brandi do some chatting. This is the first time that we've got to sit down and do a video together. And if you like the format, let me know. What do you think about it? I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's a spin-off from the Keeping It Dutch. They can come over here and get a little bit of insight what we got planned for the rest of the week and stuff like that. So if you guys did like it, what should they do, Brandi? Smash that like button.
Yes. We need to have Hadley come in.
Hadley likes to do that close. Smash that like and hit that notification bell. So if you guys come over from the Keeping It Dutch and you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you're new here completely, you don't know the Keeping It Dutch, we have a main channel, Keeping It Dutch. It's the whole homestead off-grid life that we're doing. We got Gabby here.
Well, and probably, I would say, I know it's shared as an iCard a lot, but like the one that says we're selling it all to go off-grid, that kind of starts from there. The videos are all kind of going towards that.
Yeah, we've got a big playlist.
But then the videos in the past would be more if you're needing help with certain animal aspects. Or
Yeah, so if you're new here and you're looking for cooking videos, we're going to have that too, actually cooking this video. So hope you guys enjoyed today's talk, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.